on the calendar, which is
Senate Bill 348, sponsored by Senator Waggoner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, and before I get started, I want to welcome the green and gold UAB fans who drove all the way from Birmingham and around the state to be with us today. Senate Bill 348 is a bill that's totally my ideal. Nobody encouraged me to offer it. Nobody encouraged me to draft it. This is my bill. I think it's fair. I think it's reasonable. I think it's necessary. And let me tell you briefly what it does. Right now, there's 17 members of the University of Alabama System Board of Trustees. And that 17 is the governor and the superintendent of education. Then you have your 15 other regular Board of Trustees. It's a 3-campus system. The University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, University of Alabama in Birmingham, or University of Alabama at Birmingham, and University of Alabama in Huntsville. 3 campuses. University of Alabama in Huntsville has 0 board representation. 0. University of Alabama has a couple of UAB graduates, but I think anybody would agree there's no one that's totally independent who graduated from UAB that serves on that board. My bill would allow the alumni board from UAB to send 4 names to the governor. And of those 4, the governor would pick 2 from UAB to serve on the Alabama Board System Board of Trustees. Same in Huntsville. The Huntsville Alumni Board would pick 4 names. Alumni send those 4 names to the governor, and he would choose 2. It would increase the Board of Trustees of Alabama by 4. Anytime you have a complicated issue, it could be 17 to 4, okay? It's not close as far as winning an issue when an issue comes before the trustees. Still dominated by the Tuscaloosa campus. Dominated by the Tuscaloosa campus. It simply would give UAB, UAH, another set of eyes, another set of ears, a voice representing UAB, a voice representing UAH. What is wrong with allowing those 2 campuses having token representation? I am astonished at the effort that Tuscaloosa has made to defeat this legislation. I met with some of the Board of Trustees about 2.5 weeks ago at their request when they heard about this bill. There were 5 of them and 1 of me. And I offered to let them be the ownership of this bill. I says, we need to do something, y'all need to do something to solve the issue that's going on primarily in Birmingham. And y'all need to step forward with something positive. And y'all can claim ownership to my bill and I'll handle it for you in Montgomery. Y'all need to endorse this to allow UAB and UAH to have some token representation on this huge board. They refused. They wouldn't have anything to do with it. They wouldn't even talk about it. I think they were insulted that I even asked them to allow UAB and UAH to have some representation. So it was a cordial meeting. There was nothing combative, but you know, we talked for probably an hour and a half, but I left with nothing. So I introduced the bill because I still think it's necessary. I think it's fair. I am so curious on why Tuscaloosa has fought this so hard. The lobbyists are working the halls, and we've all seen them. I've seen them, y'all have seen them. They're in and out of your offices. I don't understand why. I just think it's fair, and I think it's reasonable to allow these other two campuses to have some representation. You know, the budgets, the population, there's 41,000 people that go to UAB every day, 18,000 students, 23,000 staff, faculty, workers, 41,000 people that go there every day. And they really have no representation on the Board of Trustees. And for the life of me, I don't know why this committee would vote against this to allow token representation, but I understand you're fixing to, but that's all right. I've made my statement. I feel very strongly about it. I don't know how you could really, in good conscience, be against it, but with that, Mr. Chairman,
Thank you, Senator. Wait, before we get to the committee members, there are two of our Senate colleagues here that have asked to speak on this bill. Senator Holtzclaw, I know that UAH is in his district, and Senator Smitherman was here. And they've been asked to make some brief comments, and I think that should be in order. Welcome to the committee.